Okay, guys and girls, that is me, your host, Mr. G63. Now, in the previous episode, we started getting the crafting, the forging, and the workbenches up and running. This episode, we are going to be looking at farming and fishing. Now, in order to start, the first thing that you are going to need to do is you are going to need to have farming plots. Now, the first farming plots that we have are the wheat farms. So if you scroll down, you'll see here you have got the farming and livestock breeding, the wheat field. So for this we need straw and wood. So I do believe that we were able to collect some straw. Let's just quickly double check. There's some straw and some wood, but let's go get a bit more. So in order to get the hay for this, you will need to chop a few of these bushes here in order to get straw, but now you'll also get a bit of wood and seed. Now these seeds we are going to worry about a little bit later once we have progressed. Now the reason why you want to go into fishing and farming is so that we can then skip the this basic section of the game. So if you go here, as you can see, in order to get to the frontier, we need wheat, we need a detector, and we need a copper shield. So the only way to get wheat flour is through the farming. Now, the reason why we want to do this is so that we can start capturing monsters, creating our and start the basics of our automation. So as you can see here, we've got steel chests, which are a little bit better than the wooden chests. We've got sprinklers, which we'll need for the for farming. Rotating saws, which we'll need for the automated harvesting of trees. So as you can see, once we get through this, we'll be able to do a lot of really creative building with roofs and fish scale roofs and all those. So without further ado, let's start getting our flour. So I'm going to quickly jump over here, grab here, go max 17 farms. So I think, I like to group mine in groups of 4 for harvesting and for watering purposes. So let's go with 16. So we're going to quickly have 16. Now what's cool is while that's working, you can still carry on doing other things. Now, the other thing that we want to do is we want to look at fishing. So if you look over here, you'll see one of the new items you can make is a fishing stick. So we're going to craft quickly a fishing stick, a fishing rod, sorry, and we're going to quickly equip it. Now, if you run around the island that you're starting off at, you'll notice that there's these little ponds over here where you got the water and you can see a few fishes. So what you do is you throw in, and as soon as the bubble reacts, you let rip. Let's quickly do this. There we go. So we've now captured 3 fishes. Now, what's nice about the fishes is, of course, that is a lot of useful food, and also later on for upgrading your altar. So I'm just going to quickly grab this. There we go. Okay, I think our farms should have been I think our farms should have finished by now. There we go, all 16. Okay, cool. So I'm going to grab the farms. I'm just going to place it here in my hotbar, and then we're going to start building our farm. So I'm going to do a 3x3. And then one more. There we go. Okay. Now, first thing that we need to do is we need to water these. Now, in order to water them, what we need to do is we first need to go and craft some buckets. So as you can see here, we need a bit of wood and a bit of stone, and we can craft buckets. I'm going to craft 100 of these buckets. So while that's busy going, let me quickly explain. So, with these farming plots, as you place them down, you'll see these little markers appear. Now, these markers indicate that they need water. In order to get water, you first go, you collect your buckets. Make sure that you equip your bucket. Head to a water source and hold in the right mouse button. So what will happen now is he is now going to go and start collecting water. So we will wait until he has finished collecting all 100 buckets of water. Okay, so we have now collected 100 buckets of water. So I'm going to quickly equip them. Now what you do, in order to water your plant, you walk up to a plot, and if you right click with the water bucket equipped, you then water your field and it will start growing. Now a little trick that I learned in order to use less water is if you walk to almost where the so here's where the four fields meet. If you walk just a little bit away and throw, you end up throwing on all four. So this does require a little bit of practice, but this also ensures that you don't use as much water when watering your fields. Now what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to now wait for these to finish growing, and then we can come harvest them. Now, next thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to create a detector. So if we go to our workbench and we go look at the detector, we need stone and copper ingots. Well, luckily enough, we have got a few copper ingots. So let's quickly craft. I want to craft 2 of these actually. So one of them is going to be going for the altar, and the other one I'm going to keep on myself. Now the detector is a pretty cool piece of equipment. So as you can see, I've equipped it now to my my character. So if you look at the bottom right, you can see there's nothing found in this area is showing. But if I run around, this thing will detect treasure chests. There we go. There seems to be treasure nearby. So if I walk around, okay, it might be up here. Okay, so I'm getting closer. Not here. Oh, and it's detecting a dungeon nearby. Ah, there it is. So then I can open up and I get a bow. And then I can also see there's a dungeon nearby, which I can try and complete later. But let's first get ourselves properly settled in and armed up before we do that. Now, while we're here, let me quickly go and collect some of this copper. And head back to base. There we go. Okay, so we have now collected water, and as you can see, our food is now ready to harvest. So let's grab my axe, grab all of this, and quickly harvest all the wheat. And there we go. We've got now all the wheat. Now we need to process it because we need flour. So as you can see, I've got 144 wheat here. Now in order to make flour, we need to get a new cooking bench, which is the cooking pots. Okay, so for that we're going to need 6 charcoal. So in order to make charcoal, you can go here to the forge, and we can just craft some charcoal there. So we're going to need 6 of those, but now I don't have any more wood. So let's, while that's busy cooking, we're going to go fetch some more wood. Okay, so we've got 3 in there. And how many do we need for the new cooking? We need 6. So there's 4, so we'll just have to wait for those. Well, that's there. This rock is irritating me. So I'm just going to quickly harvest that rock. Four more. Let's quickly water some more plants. And we have got 6. So let's pick up the 6 of these. Go back down, craft a cooking pot. Okay, so now that we have the cooking pot, we can now go and place the cooking pot right over here where the rest of our cooking stuff is. And we can now make flour. So I'm just going to make the maximum amount of flour that I can. So there we go. Now we're busy crafting wheat. We're crafting flour in order to make to upgrade our altar of civilization. So the last thing that we need, of course, is a copper shield. Now we did get a bit of copper, so let's see if we can't put the copper into the forge or into the furnace. There we go. And let's see, here by now the shield is a weapon. So we go here to the blacksmith and see here, we can create a shield from 1 copper or 10 copper ingots. Okay, so we need another 4 more. Let's wait for that. There we go. Now we've got 10. We can craft our shield. Pick it up, grab our flour, run to the altar. Okay, so we've got everything that we need, but we are shorting money. Now, you may have noticed that there's no way to make money, except there is. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to head over to the workbench. And over here we need to craft a market. Now, there was a reason why I claimed 100 water, because we could use the water to make purified water. So first we're going to do is we're just going to set down our trader right over here. Now you'll see there's a timer. Okay, so now what happens is whenever I find items that I want, or make items that I want to sell, I can sell it here at the market. For example, the stone axe and the wooden axe that I made, that I'm no longer using, I can sell those. So I'm going to pop those in. Here's the Kraken's wooden stick. Going to sell that as well. The bear's wooden stick and the warrior healer's wooden stick. We are going to sell all of that. We've got some fences that we're not going to use. Some wood benches that we're not going to use. And yeah, that's about it. So now what I do, as you can see at the bottom, I've got 900 gold. So what I have to do is wait until the market has sold stuff, and then I've got some more money. There we go. So let's go check up on our flowers. Our flower is done. So as you can see over here, water is something else that we can sell. But I'm not going to worry too much about water right now. Okay, there we go. The stuff sold, and I'm sitting now with 1,490 gold. Let's see, we still need 2,000. Okay, so what we can do, if you are very smart like me, go up to your workbench, go look at all your tools and stuff that you can make. Okay, now you'll see next to it that there is a selling price for each and every one of these items. So what we can do is we can, for example, make a hatter station. So you know what, I'm gonna make 2 of them. Okay, I can't because I don't have enough leather. Okay, so let's leave that for now. Let's look for something else that we can make. Okay, so let's make 3 blacksmith stations. There we go. And then from that we can then make 3 repair. Okay, but I need iron for that. I do not have any iron ore. Oh wait, do I? Yes, got quite a few iron ingots. Okay, so now we can craft the... I can only craft 2 of them. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. We can craft 2 of those. Okay. 1, of course, we are going to do for ourselves a repair bench, and the other one, there we go, we're gonna sell to the trader. So in 2 minutes we'll have all the money we need for the next upgrade. Now, another thing that you can do for fishing, for example, because you can't really run around fishing all day, is we can make fishing traps. We can't do that just yet, but what we can make, of course, is a fillet machine. So I'm going to quickly craft a fillet machine. This is something that we are definitely going to be needing in order to make fish fillets. So I'm going to pop that there, open it up, and as you can see, if I click on the giant trevally, you can see I can get fish fillets. So I'm going to start cutting up this fish. There we go. Cut up the next fish. There we go, and the dolphin fish. There we are. So I'm going to head over to the cooking pot. No, that's not going to work. Let's see, what can we make? Okay, so with the flour that you make, we can make bread. And of course, now, because you've been able to make bread, you can also then make, additional dishes over that later on. So if you want to know what you, for example, if you have a specific ingredient in your inventory and you're not quite sure what you can use it for, what you can do is just click on it, and then here in the bottom you'll see this little magnifying glass. Click on that and you will then be able to see everything that you can make with that specific resource. So feel free to go through here and look. So for example, there's a glider I can make, which requires a world level 3. So that means I'll need to upgrade the altar of civilization to level 3. Alternatively, you can also just, cook it. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and yay, we've got 2,600, which means we have enough money to progress to the next age. Let's do that. Okay, so now we are at the world level 3. Okay, so if you go into crafting, you can see there's a lot more stuff that we can craft, new throwing items, etc, etc. But this is where I am going to stop this episode today. Now, if you want to see how we got this far, please feel free to have a look at the video that I posted previously. You guys can, if you have any questions regarding the game, either wait for later tutorials to come out, because I will be trying to progress as far as I can in the game. Alternatively, if you have any questions that I haven't answered yet about a specific tutorial, please feel free to leave a comment down below. But for now, all I want to ask you guys is to stay lacquered, be awesome, and ciao for now.